Well, Matt, was that just the sort of reaction you wanted from your players today?
Yeah, definitely. Probably a comprehensive 2-0 victory. The foundations were there from start to finish. We did the basics really well. We competed, we were quick to the ball. We put pressure on the ball and the opposition at every opportunity. And then that little bit of quality in the second half from Hiram really showed. But I felt we created chances all through the afternoon. It was pleasing to score so early and be on the right side of a refereeing decision in terms of the penalty. And it settles everyone down when you're at home, takes all your anxiety out of the game. We've felt that in recent weeks. So it went pretty well. In terms of that first half, I still felt we could have gone in at 2, possibly 3-0 up, worked their keeper and worked their goal and really worked their centre halves. I thought Ryan Bowman was a real handful today. Hiram, I think you could probably see, was slightly fatigued at times, but he still had that little bit of quality in him when he needed to in those legs in that second period. But like I say, the foundations were there from the back boys and Christie and on all through the team.
You mentioned the early penalty. Was that a clear decision from your point of view?
He was wrestling him. We've had some soft ones, to say the least, against us in recent weeks. You don't like decisions to go against your team, but it looked like a penalty. It looked like he was wrestling Ryan, and they, like I said, they couldn't quite get to grips with him all afternoon. And finally, we put a penalty away. Was that the 4th attempt, possibly? Look, Nicky's that little bit of class about him, and it's great. He's confident in front of goal at the moment. But we did create chances in that first half. We hurt the opposition, and I can't really remember Christie being overworked in terms of saves. I think there was one from a free kick in the first half. So that shows that it was a solid performance. Wasn't probably particularly pretty, but it was certainly effective.
We've seen some special goals this season. Hiram's more than capable of moments like that, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I was about to bring him off. So shows what I know. But yeah, like I say, he did a good job today. I still want more from him because he looked a little bit leggy at times and his reactions weren't quite as sharp as they could be. But then he's got that little bit of quality to chest flick it and then volley it in, and you know, hopefully the fans will talk about that for a long time. We've scored some pretty good goals at the Park this season, and that might just top the rest of them.
And the defence restricted them to, like you say, very little in terms of chances. They were very, very solid the whole back four today.
Yeah, pleased. Dar obviously coming back into it. He needed a little rest and a little break, get himself physically and mentally right. And Troy, that was a big ask for Troy, playing his 3rd game in the week. I just felt Troy and Dar's physicality over Dino today. Dino's got a big part to play in the next 4 games. But I was pleased Woody defended well, and Pearce, and that was a solid back 4, and Archie and Jakey put in that forward. That's a solid 6 who can stand up to a lot of physical play. And that was what's going to happen week in, week out. I don't see Crawley being too dissimilar. I see us playing a similar sort of style, but certainly we were effective today, which is the most pleasing thing.
You mentioned Craig Woodman, 3 games in a week as well, but he just keeps going, doesn't
he? He does, yeah. Despite his age, I'll talk to him about the booking, because you don't want players to get booked for not a tackle, especially if you're a defender, because then it puts you on edge. Archie got booked for a tackle, and then you could see second half he couldn't quite commit to a couple of tackles. But Woody's got all the experience. He's getting better with age. It sounds stupid, but 3 games in a week is a hell of an ask. We lost Kane Wilson on Thursday with an injury, so that puts extra pressure in terms of that back 4, back 5, whoever's in the personnel, because we didn't, obviously Dino was on there, but we didn't have any full-backs per se to come on the pitch. I can't speak highly of him. He comes in, does his work, and that is credit to Craig.
And a big boost going into the bank holiday weekend as well. It'd be good to pack the Park Good Friday, won't it? Yeah, definitely. Look, a lot was made of Tuesday, and we were disappointed second half, despite playing so well in the first half. It's every game as it comes. We won't get too high off the back of this. I've just spoke to the players in terms of looking after themselves, because some of them do need a little break in terms of the next 24, 48 hours. But we've got to train well this week, and then got to hit Friday, and then it'll be 2 games in 4 days. But Friday's the important one, and today the fans, I don't think it was a particularly big crowd, but it certainly got behind us. And look, we fed off them a little bit, but the early penalty just gives everyone a bit of a boost, doesn't it? It's something we try and do it in every home game, but when you score so early, like I say, it settles everyone down.